Hey y'all, my name is Bea Arthur and I'm the founder and CEO of The Difference, where we believe the right talk at the right time can make all the difference. As we all know, March is when the world kind of started to fall apart. This is when all the dominoes fell and we all kind of went through this collective crisis, the collective moment of shock. But it was this sudden uprising and immediate grief and loss of the life that we used to know. So in the early parts of 2020, we all kind of had that kind of fear and uncertainty. But as the crisis has kind of gone on, it's now more demoralized and discouraged and things like that. And that's because humans are very narrative creatures. The way our minds work, we need a beginning, middle, and end. Even the way our earth works, we need seasons to mark the end of it. And with an unseen future, with some people who decided that the crisis is over, some people saying they want to live their lives, and some people not leaving the house until there's a vaccine, there's just so much. It's levels and levels and levels of uncertainty. And the worst part is there's no consistency. So I think the best way to reel it in and kind of rebalance ourselves is, again, to focus on the here and now. For once, we don't have to worry about the future. Literally, all you have to do is take it day by day. Do the best to make yourself as happy as you can be every single day. Now, your best is gonna change every day. Sometimes you can't get out of bed. Sometimes that's the best you can do. Now, on other days, you really wanna look out for yourself and self-advocate yourself, because even though we're not worried about what's gonna happen in the future, and that's kind of the mindset and the vibe that we wanna be on, we do wanna make sure that who we are in the future has the mental strength, stamina, and emotional endurance for whatever's coming next. And as 2020 showed us, we can handle it. So yeah, obviously loneliness has gone up, social awkwardness has gone up, and we're not sure how to reconnect when we decide that we're ready to again feed our souls and feed our social circles again. So the best thing to do, especially as a challenge from the romantic perspective, is pre-Rona, we were all about casual hookups, and you could do it without thinking about it, without even knowing the person's name. Now we have to establish a lot of trust up front, not just your communication patterns, your attachment style, your intimacy, but straight up how you like to communicate. I know personally, at this point in Corona, it takes a lot to get me on a Zoom call. So the Zoom baby showers, the Zoom weddings, that's not gonna replenish the social deficit that I'm feeling. Nothing feels better than being in person and touching all that time, but it needs to feel safe. So the main thing you wanna do when you're just starting to get back out there is go ahead and get all that out of the way. This is gonna know how you're gonna communicate with this person, what kind of trust, what kind of conversations you're gonna have, and it just takes a few more steps. So go ahead and try and get on a call as soon as possible. That way you don't waste your time getting Corona tested, going all the way downtown and getting cute just to sit there and you're not a fit anyway. So go ahead and do things that you wouldn't normally do. I think that's the other big lesson of Corona. If we come out of this doing things the same way we were doing things before, then you did Corona wrong. So put yourself out there and put your needs, requirements, and skills out there as well. So there's 3 ways that you generally want to approach any new relationship. Step 1, be preventative. You've been in your head a lot for the last few months, and there's sometimes it's gonna be negative self-talk, sometimes it's gonna be things that you're super obsessed with, like a Netflix show, and you have to remember, nobody's been in your head as much as you have. So in preventative, just start thinking about what you wanna talk about to this person. Just get all those cobwebs out, shake it up, and just bring your full self with a new slate. Second is proactive. Make sure you have a good time on this date. Go in with the mindset of you are going to have fun. So whether or not you want it to be a really flirty date, if you want it to be a purely sexual date, have an intention for the date. This is, again, goes back to the here and now and honoring the present moment and celebrating as if it could be your YOLO moment, your last moment of this crazy ass 2020. So make sure you're proactive and set your mindset that you're gonna have a good time. It will really make a difference. And finally, be positive. Make sure that no matter what, you're gonna celebrate reintegrating with society, reconnecting with your romantic self, and reorienting with what you want out of a relationship. All of these things are positive as long as you know what you want for you. There's self-care, there's self-love, and there's self-trust. So even if it's not a good first match, trust your discernment. You don't have to give people second chances anymore. Accept yourself. Make sure you're prioritizing yourself, your pleasure, and good company at all times. So as far as things that you can do to stay on top of your mental health and your mental strength and stamina, I highly, highly, highly recommend making a plan. This is the time, again, to decide who you want to be and more importantly, how you want to feel on the other side of this. Anxiety is always related to uncertainty, but this time, even though we were all kind of in a victim mentality because we didn't create this change, this time you can choose change. You can decide how you want to be with your new fitness regimen. You just can decide where you want to live. This isn't a movie that you're watching and you're at the mercy of. You are the main character. You're the director if you want to be, and you can switch it up at any time. It feels so good to be in control of your life, no matter what COVID has tried to take from you or tried to change for you. So I definitely recommend to choose change. That's how you get your mind to or through anything.